Okay, so hello and good afternoon again. My name is Lori Jacobs, and I'm the Director of Public Relations here at Delaware State Housing Authority. I'm joined here by my colleague Ujesh Patel from the Delaware Mortgage Relief Program team. Again, out of respect for your time, we'll jump right in. So please note that everyone has been muted for this presentation. However, we do invite questions and comments through the chat or Q&A box. Questions will be answered throughout the presentation as well as at the end during a question and answer period. And all comments made in the chat will be recorded in the meeting's transcript. We will not get to everyone's questions and comments today. However, if we do not get to your question this afternoon and your questions are specific to an individual case or scenario, we will be sending out a follow-up email that will capture the Q&A and provide responses or referrals as needed. We will also be sharing our contact information at the end of the presentation, and you can follow up with us via email as well. Please note that this presentation is being recorded. Please be respectful and considerate of others while providing comments in the chat. And please keep confidentiality of your information in mind. We do not encourage you to share case numbers in the chat. They can be sent, however, in a private message to myself, or they can be emailed to lori@destatehousing.com, and I will place that in the chat shortly. The recording and the PowerPoint will be shared in the previously mentioned follow-up email, as well as on the agency's COVID-19 resource website. By the end of this presentation, we hope you feel empowered and knowledgeable about how the Delaware Mortgage Relief Program is progressing and the updates being implemented to better serve Delaware homeowners. The agenda will include a brief refresh of the program, some program updates, as well as, again, ample time for question and answer. So with that, we can hop right in. Okay, so just as a refresher, when the American Rescue Plan Act passed, it created the Homeowner Assistance Fund, which distributed $50 million to the state of Delaware. These funds were made available to assist households who experienced a COVID-19 financial hardship that resulted in mortgage delinquency and or forbearance. DSHA was tasked with administering these funds, and we have used them to create the Delaware Mortgage Relief Program. The program launched in this summer, so summer of 2022. These federal funds are available until 2025 unless exhausted before this date. This is not a permanent federal program, and it will eventually end. Again, these funds are allocated until 2025, but if they are exhausted before that date, then the program will come to an end. To maintain transparency and accountability with these funds, we have launched an online dashboard, which is updated daily. It includes program data and trends by county, as well as household type. The dashboard can be found on the program's website, which is demortgagehelp.com. And I will also place this link in the chat for your viewing. With that, I am going to pass it over to my colleague Ujesh to talk a little bit about program updates.
Thank you, Lori. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ujesh Patel, the manager of the program, Delaware State Authority HAF program. So we're excited to announce that we are making some program updates in the coming year of 2023. Some changes include removing the requirement for 30-day mortgage delinquency for household members whose housing ratio is over 31%. Previously, this was a requirement that all folks have to be at least 30 days delinquent. However, if your housing ratio is over 31% and are in imminent threat of mortgage delinquency, you're now eligible to apply for assistance. Another change that we're looking to make is offering future monthly payment assistance. This can be up to 6 months of additional monthly payment assistance. So if your housing ratio is over 50%, you'll receive up to 6 months. If you're between that 31.01 to 50%, you'll be eligible for 3 months of monthly mortgage payment assistance. So what this looks like is, for example, if you have a $30,000 delinquency and with a $1,200 payment, we'll cure your $30,000 first, and then depending on where your housing ratio is, percentage wise, we'll offer that monthly payment assistance moving forward. Uh, and finally, we are increasing the total assistance amounts from $40,000 to $50,000 per household. It's going to look like one $50,000 grant. Previously, we did have two separate grants where we divided the mortgage delinquency into one, and then non-escrow taxes and insurance, as well as HOA in another bucket. But now it's going to be a total of one grant of up to $50,000 that can be used for mortgage delinquency, as well as non-escrow taxes and insurance, HOAs, uh, as well as homeowners insurance. Um, Next slide. Now, how to calculate housing ratio. This question has been brought up a lot in our previous conversation. So it's pretty simple. You want to take your total monthly housing expense or your monthly mortgage payment, and you want to divide it by your monthly gross income. So you're taking those two numbers, you're going to be resulted with a decimal point, and then that can equate to your percentage. So, for example, if you have a $1,200 monthly mortgage payment, and you make close to $50,000, let's just say a year, your monthly income would be close to $44,166. You'll divide the two numbers, and you'll be coming up with close to 28.8% as your ratio or your housing ratio, as we call it. But we're not looking for you guys to make that calculation. Let our specialists handle that for you. All we're asking is to provide us with the recommended documentation, and then we'll take it from there. In addition, we're happy to announce more partnerships who will be there to help you along the way, whether it's helping out with filling out an application, need additional information about the program, or just need help with like a foreclosure process and whatnot. Here listed on your screen here are our new partnerships. So it's housing counseling agencies as well as legal services. So they're all there to help you during the mortgage relief program. We have them listed on our website as well. And after Lori does share this, those links on there will lead you to their website. So please be more than happy. They'll be more than happy to assist you with that. So reach out to them with any questions. Now, while the guidelines of the program have changed or are looking to be changed, the application process still remains the same. We want all homeowners to submit the application to the website. So that is demortgagehelp.com. You're going to go on the website, click on apply now, create an account. Once you've created the account, you want to go ahead and submit all the documentations as well as information relating to your application. A member of our compliance team will go ahead and review for completeness, and we'll reach out if they have any questions or need additional information regarding your application. It is then we're going to work with your loan servicer to verify your mortgage, and we'll be in communication with your mortgage servicer. Typically, we would like to receive that communication from them between the 7 to 10 business days. However, due to the volume of applications that loan servicers have been receiving, there has been some delay. So please sit tight, be patient. We are working to kind of expedite the application hopefully get to the end result as soon as possible. But once we have that information, we verify your mortgage, and your application is approved, we'll send the funding directly to your loan servicer and or utility company or your county, depending on what type of assistance you're applying for. Um, and then the payment will be sent on your behalf. Now, some reminders for applications. Keep in mind that documents cannot be faxed or emailed. They must be uploaded directly into the application portal. If you do need assistance with uploading, you can reach out to the hotline, the call center, as well as a homeowner rep will be there to assist you with that. And or you can reach out to a housing counselor in your area to help you get those documents uploaded to the portal. Another reminder is duplicate applications lead to delay in processing. Keep in mind, you do not need to submit more than one application if you're applying for more than one assistance. Um, our team member will, if you're qualified for both assistance, it'll be divided into a different application, another related case, for example. But please keep it into one application. Duplicate applications will lead to delay in processing, and then it'll push you down into the bucket. So please keep it to one. Now, while in the application process, uh, you want to avoid selecting loan modification or unable to sustain payments. When selecting these, it will put you in a different program type. So you want to go ahead and avoid clicking on those two, and you want to select that you are able to sustain payments moving forward. And finally, applications cannot be processed without a loan servicer participation, meaning we need loan servicers to get approved and do participate in the program. They are the final ones that do have the say in accepting the funds. So please keep in mind that loan servicers do need to participate in the program and are the ones that will be accepting the funds.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm going to hand it back to Lori here.
No,
Thank you.
we jump into the question and answer period. We just want to make sure to plug the resources available to your organizations as well as those that you serve. The website will have the most up-to-date information regarding program changes that were discussed today that will take place in 2023. Program progress, as you see, the dashboard, which we shared earlier, is also available on the website, and any other announcements, whether that is events that the mortgage team will be hosting or just more news about additional resources available to homeowners. The call center, which is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, is an excellent resource for technical issues. As you just mentioned, if you need help uploading a document or you need help resetting your password, they are definitely the place to go. You can also call the call center for status updates and general questions about the program. And we have already shared a few of our amazing housing counselors today, but more can be found on the program website. Again, that website is demortgagehelp.com. And then, as always, the homeowner representative option is still available. So a homeowner representative is an organization or an individual who will take on the responsibility of submitting applications on behalf of someone. For instance, my neighbor, Miss Adele, does not have access to a computer. I, as her homeowner rep, can set up an account, upload documentation, and apply on her behalf. A homeowner representative should be someone that you trust with your personal information, and it should also be someone who does not charge for their services. If someone is charging for being your homeowner representative, please make us aware. Then, as always, the DSHA team is here and available to answer any questions or concerns you may have. I have placed my email address in the chat, and you can feel free to send specific case numbers or situations that you are finding to me, and I will make sure that the mortgage relief team handles them with the utmost urgency. And then, as always, our contact information is on this slide. Please feel free again to reach out at any time. So now I will take down the PowerPoint and we can hop into the question and answer portion. We'll start with the questions submitted through the registration form before transitioning to the chat and Q&A box. Okay. Let's see. So the first question from the registration form is, what resources are available for home repairs and preservation? So this was one that we saw a lot on the registration form. And while the Delaware Mortgage Relief Program does not help with repairs or preservation, there are some programs that exist around Delaware, and I will make sure to drop that information in the chat. It is also available on destatehousing.com, so our main website. Second question, how soon are payments sent to the loan servicer after being approved?
Great question. So typically, once you're approved for the funding, depending on the day that you are approved, we do fund twice a week. So we'd like to get that to their service within the 5 to 7 business days. So it's sent out pretty quickly, and then it is sent out to their location, whether it's check or whether it's wired out, but it's being sent immediately after approval.
What are the current program eligibility requirements?
Yep. So currently, you must have faced a COVID-related hardship on or after January 21st of 2020. Some eligibility requirements: you must be at or below the 150% AMI within your county, or 100% of the median income, whichever one is greater. We're looking for identification documents, as well as income documents, as well as like your most recent mortgage statement and or tax bill. But the biggest thing here is you must have faced a COVID-related hardship, which looks like a reduction in income or housing or increase in housing-related expenses.
Can a homeowner reapply if they have already received assistance?
Unfortunately, once you have received the assistance one time, you may not apply again for additional assistance. You can reach out to your mortgage company to see if they can put you on a program, if they can defer some sort of balance for you. But unfortunately, once you receive assistance with us, you won't be able to apply again.
Next question. Are condominium property management companies able to apply directly for HOA fees owed by their delinquent owners?
So, in short, the homeowner is the one that would have to apply for HOA assistance. They will have to provide documentation for the HOA so that we can, if upon approval, send the payments out to your HOA.
Yes, and if you are a condo management association, we'd be happy to provide flyers, any type of marketing materials to share with the owners as well. What is the best way to find out if my loan servicer is participating?
The best way is to reach out to us at the call center. We can verify if your mortgage servicer has been approved for our program. We are working on to kind of make that public-facing document, but in the meantime, I would advise to reach out to us to get that information.
Okay. And where can a homeowner find application assistance?
You can visit our website at demortgagehelp.com. Um, it does a really good job of just breaking down the areas and what the requirements are and some frequently asked questions that you may have. So please visit the demortgagehelp.com website, or you can reach out to our call center to get additional information about applying.
Okay, so that concludes the questions or the common questions from the registration form. We will now move to the Q&A in chat. First question, if a client re-amortized her loan to cover payments missed due to the pandemic before the program funds became available, could she be approved for the grant?
So they already amortize like the delinquency. Unfortunately, actually because so the funds will only apply to your current delinquency. It wouldn't apply to the funds that have been already moved, right? So currently the changes that we're making are that you don't have to be delinquent on your mortgage. However, for this specific homeowner, because you already found a solution for the delinquent balance, so you already moved it to the back end. These funds will only apply to your uh, current owed delinquency and not what has already been moved to the back end. So the deferred balance, unfortunately, we will not be able to provide assistance for.
Okay, so next one is just a point of clarification. Why are the options loan modification, and unable to sustain payments choices if they are being recommended not to be used? So I think just a point of clarification there, you can select loan modification or unable to sustain payments as long as that is true. We've had some people check those boxes in hopes that it will bump their application to the top or be prioritized. So if it's true that you are unable to sustain your payments or you are seeking a loan modification, then yes, absolutely check that box. However, if it is not true, it will not move you up in the application processing. It actually might make it take a little bit longer because we have to go through, or the team has to go through a different review process on that application. And please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, Ujesh.
No, that's perfectly correct what you stated. Thank you, Lori.
Awesome. Next question. Does the client receive any proof of payment made once approved and once the payment is received by the mortgage company?
So once an applicant has been approved for the funds, they do receive an email that they have been approved. Um, However, there is no communication that it is being sent. So you can certainly reach out to us to get that information. Um, as mentioned previously, we do send out the payments within the 5 to 7 business days to your loan servicer. But upon approval, please do reach out to us to get the most up-to-date information.
Awesome. Next question. Is the website up today? I tried signing on and received a note that was unable to be reached. So in true end of day and event fashion, the website went down for a few minutes before we hopped on this call. It should be up by now. And if it's not, please check back by the end of the day and it will be up. But again, it's just, of course, perfect timing that it would have a bit of a glitch before this call. So thank you for your patience. Please check within the next hour that it is up again.
Yeah, I just tried, Lori. It works on my side right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Always keeping us on our toes, that's for sure. Okay, next question. Can a person in bankruptcy who suffered a COVID-related mortgage forbearance receive assistance for the mortgage forbearance claim, if not the entire amounts of the delinquency?
So yes, regardless if you're in bankruptcy or not, you can still apply for our funds, and if approved, you can receive assistance. But however, keep in mind that it is up to the servicer to accept those funds. So a lot of services work a little bit differently. If your program assistant, if your deferred amount is below our program assistance and we can make a one-time payment and your service is willing to accept that, then certainly, you'll be approved for the funds. But regardless of your bankruptcy status, yes, you will be able to apply for assistance.
Okay. Next question is about a specific case. It looks like Mr. Joseph Walls. I would encourage you to also send us a quick email after this call explaining your situation. But for now, I will read it out loud, which is, I had to wait for a delinquent letter and missed the appeal time. What should I do next?
Yeah, so write down Joseph's name here, and we can reach out to him.
Okay. Next question. Can someone help with the application? So yes, I will also encourage you to reach out to me via email, and we can send you the link and the contact information of the housing counselors who are available to help with applications. Next question. Are payments made for future mortgage payments or just past due payments? As of right now, we are only covering delinquent payments.
Correct. And then right now we're making delinquent payments. However, we are looking to make the change to adding future monthly payment assistance. So what that looks like is we're gonna bring you current with whatever delinquent amount you have, and then wherever your housing debt to income ratio is, you'll receive that up to 3 or 6 months, wherever you fall in that percentage.
So seeing no more questions in the chat, we'll hang on for a few minutes just in case any pop up or come through. But in the meantime, thank you for attending the last partner call of 2022. We look forward to seeing you next year and working together on this program. If you have not already subscribed to our email list, please visit demortgagehelp.com to do so. That is another great way to stay up to date on the program. Again, we will hang on for a few minutes and answer additional questions, but for now, this is the end of the formal part of the presentation. And again, thank you for joining us and enjoy the holiday season. Let's see. Will the program changes also include future HOA dues?
So the future monthly is, I should have specified. So it's future monthly mortgage payment assistance. That those are only payments that you will receive, monthly payments moving forward, just be mortgages. HOAs will only be a one-time payment, so it'd be a lump sum of whatever your delinquent amount is. So great question there.
And are the DSHA housing counselors the same as those listed on the DOJ website?
I am uncertain of who's listed on the DOJ website. However, our accounts are all approved, and they're very professional and help out with. They have very good experience with helping folks out with mortgages.
To add any information to the chat, will the slides be emailed? Yes, the slides as well as the recording of this presentation will be emailed out. Can you explain the new grant threshold of 50,000? Is there an HOA limit or property tax limit of 10,000?
So the new grant threshold is a total of $50,000. There is no specific limit to HOAs, taxes, or insurance. I know previously we did do that, but we got rid of that. We put it under one umbrella. So if you have an HOA that's exceeding that 10K, you'll still be eligible since it falls under that $50,000. So it's a maximum of $50,000 of delinquency and up to $50,000 of assistance for property taxes, insurance, HOA, mortgage, etc. And it's only limited to water and sewer bill, and not electricity.
Okay, so we'll hang on for another minute. Please place your questions in the chat now. If someone applied for delinquent taxes and HOA fees and was previously denied because it exceeded the $10,000 limit, can they reapply in 2023?
Yes, absolutely. They can certainly reapply. Just please provide the most recent delinquent tax and HOA bill into your original application. We'll go ahead and reopen that for you so you can continue processing that application.
So seeing no other questions, we will go ahead and adjourn for today. Thank you so much again for your time and enjoy the holiday season.